What's going on, guys? Well, been doing a little bit of work outside on the course today. I cleaned up some rocks on another section so I can mow the weeds, just kind of lay it out. And I did some work on my bridge out there, which that's all going to be in the next video or so, maybe the next video. A video coming soon. So now, last night when I was messing around with the little blazer, no, was it? Yeah. Okay. I gotta make sure I got it right. That motor in there is so impressive for such a little motor. And the truck already has the same gearing, the same axles, everything as these bigger trucks. So I was just curious, will that little motor handle my biggest FCX18, the one with the big tires on it and stuff? Here's where we're at on this. Here's what come out. This big jumbo motor here. This is a 180. Pretty dang big. And what's going in is this little booger. Tiny little thing. You can see it or not, but you know what's up. They have the exact same gear. I opened up this case. Everything. So now, in order to swap it, it's really a breeze. And all I did was, I already had a whole nother transmission. All I had to do was borrow the ESC out of the Pro and the receiver so that we can have it hooked up. The transmission I have here already had the motor on it and everything. I did not know if this transmission was going to be the same as what's in these. I've never really took one all the way apart yet. And yes, it is. The difference is the servo is mounted to the chassis on this one that does the shifting from first to second gear. On the newer version, they have it mounted to the transmission. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to use the same transmission. So when I took it out, I realized that the servo is on the exact same transmission. The only difference is you take these 3 screws out right here and you put the servo on there and it screws right back on. So it's all one piece, got the cable running to the linkage and you're good to go. So therefore, I slapped it right in, no problem. Now here's the only issue. The Pro has the V2 servos and they have regular plugs because we're running a regular receiver. So the FCX18 is running the brushed receiver with these little plugs for servos. So as you can see, I either got to change the servo or just cut the wires and solder, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I would just assume go ahead and slap this booger on there. I got one that's got the same ends on each end. I got a bunch of these. So we'll just cut it in half and we will make our stuff work. And that's where we're at right now. We got the solder gun heating up. I got my little hemos over there. I'm looking to see what kind of shrink I got, heat shrink. As long as I do these individual, I should have plenty of those that will fit. I've used up all of the size I actually would need for a 1/10 scale wire, something that's like this thick. I've already used up all those. But we're good here. Alright, we're all set up to start. You'll see I got them twisted together. Don't forget to put your shrink wrap on there first. Yes, I do that all the time. Matter of fact, I put the black one together. Then I went and put the red one together without shrink wrap, but I caught it in time. So, don't forget that. Put some flux on your wires. That's what I always do. And then I'll dip my soldering iron in some flux as well. And then we'll get her. You know, I mean, also this soldering gun comes with this little sponge for cleaning her off or whatnot. You can adjust your temperature here. Hold on a second, or I can get where I can hold it. Not sure what it's set on. I don't think I've ever changed it. So it goes up to 400, I guess. Whatever that is, 400 degrees, I suppose. So anyway, let's just get her done. I dipped mine straight into soldering flux. I don't know if I'll be able to do this where y'all can actually see me doing anything or not. I'll try. Sometimes you put your solder right on the gun. Why isn't it? Okay, it's hot. We'll just go ahead and feed it too. That was a nice one. Kind of heat your wires up, let the flux melt at the same time as the solder, and it'll soak right in there. Boom, baby. One thing I learned is to try to make sure you get your wires all the way you want them, nice and smooth once you twist them and mat them down. So that way when you put your heat shrink on, it doesn't have a wire poke a hole through and short out. And yes, I'm telling you this because I got some experience with that. I've got a couple that are really sharp, so I put tape around them after I was done because of that. Very nice. I'm happy with every one of those. So, and that's what you want. You want to be happy with it. I'm not happy that that just fell back in there and I got to take the lid off, but not like it matters. But I'm just that kind of guy. Which I should have cleaned that before I done that, but oh well, never hurts. Doesn't seem like it's as hot as it's supposed to be for some reason. Oh, I know what it is. This plug over here kind of sometimes doesn't have the best connection. I bet it got unplugged a little bit. My bad. It was not as hot as it should have been. I've had it for a little while now, but so anywho, I prefer to use my lighter when I do the heat shrinks over the dill because it's just not as good and it takes way longer, to be honest. Alright. There we go. See, where's it at? You get some soot, might not be the best thing about it, but oh well. That'll wipe off though. Yeah, be careful because you can heat your solder up too. That thin solder will heat up on you, so just be careful. Keep that in mind and you'll be good to go. Don't melt the wires and stuff. You're good. Now we got one more to do. I'll let that cool before I wipe it down and double check it all because again, you don't want to pull on it, wipe it off and pull the wires out. Just my opinion, but my opinion is usually right because I'm pretty smart, man. So what? Don't listen to what my teacher said. She was against me. All of them were. So I'm gonna knock this next one out and we'll be right back. So alright guys, we got it all put together. I haven't run it or anything yet. Now there's a couple sacrifices we have to make. For now, we ain't gonna have any lights on the truck. And then if I determine this is the route I would like to do full time on this thing, well then we're gonna cut all the light wires and splice them together and make it just plug straight in. There will be no features with the lights. It's gonna be on or off. Probably just on when you turn the truck on. Because unless I go and get one of them switches to plug in to use the channel, the fourth channel, there's no functionality, just turn them on, which is fine with me. I'll have running lights, tail lights, headlights, probably at the brightest level, and my blue lights, and then we'll just go with it. But I'm not sure if this is what we're doing yet. I don't even know if it works or how well this motor is going to pull this big old truck. The reason I put it in here, like I said, is this is probably my biggest truck at the moment, the way I have the big tires, oversized, and it's probably heaviest almost too. So full interior, you know, if it works in this one, it will work in any of them, is what I'm trying to say. So I had to flip the ESC upside down and then kind of just put some glue under it, a little bit, hot glue to hold it in the tray. I tried to stand it on end so I could just use the power button. And now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been working, but when I went to put the body on, I couldn't get the body on. But I had this receiver, I had it over here on the first try, sticking up a little high. So I don't know if the ESC and the receiver were both hitting, but when I was switching this around, I decided to just go ahead and flip this upside down because the power button is right here. That's the reason I had to do it upside down. I wanted it where I can get to it, otherwise there's no way to turn it on or off. So anyway, let me go ahead and plug the battery in. We'll see if this thing's gonna work. Controller on, car on. I'm gonna just go ahead and put the body on. Nothing's nowhere hitting. I want to double check all this. Again, no lights, but that's okay. Oh yeah. So there you go. You can see the light in the bottom. I hope it goes the right direction and everything. It should. I know my shift servo is working. I can hear it. Let's do neutral. Yep. Perfect. It goes forward. Oh yeah, look at there. I love how smooth these brushless motors, how they transition from forward to reverse, just like the 1/10. They don't have that jumpiness at all. I mean, it's perfect. So, oh yeah, we got the right direction. Oh wow. That thing's pumping some juice to that steering. That's a good steering servo, I'll tell you now. So now, let's see here. Boy, that thing would go slow. Look at that. Can you even tell it's moving? So I'm not going to go that slow, but I'm just going to kind of check for FOC technology here. Oh man, it doesn't feel like there's any kind of problem with this truck. We'll have to check it for temperature after we're done running. But again, it's the same gearing it already had in the other truck. Same gearing this truck had to start with. Yeah, let's take it for a test run real quick. So here we go. I already know we got to go for a little wide run here. She probably still rubs a little bit, as you can tell, when you cut it hard. So you got to be careful with that. Tire in the air, but she's coming up. It's trying to. About where the other truck went and started slipping as well. Okay, there we go, there we go. Come on. We still did the same thing. I thought we'd actually make that. So far, I'm telling you, it seems to be just fine. Plenty sufficient. And we're running oversized tires, massively heavier truck. Right here, I need to keep the diffs off. I have to kind of bring it over to a very risky, a risky maneuver here is what I'm saying. Look at that drag brake holding that tire from dropping. Oh yeah, come on. Back tire's in the air actually. Keep the tire up on this rock. Sorry, I know I'm barely getting this, but I'm actually watching the truck too. And tire came off over here, but I think we're okay. No, we're not. We could have did it if I was doing a little better, paying attention. Those big tires, it should not have a diff problem. There's some slop in the drivetrain. That's the only thing you can tell with these big tires. You'll feel it more. It's all right. Again, turning it sharp. Still rubs. Oops, my bad. Still rubs though. You just got to make sure to pay attention so it don't bind up your axles and all that. It's still not hurting it none. The truck's handling every bit of the power. And it has plenty of it. It's not lacking at all. As you can tell. Now I probably should turn this guy's video down. I don't know whose music that is. It's free music, I believe, so. No words. It's not my song either. I didn't do it. Look at that control. There's my drag. Look at this. I'm going to show you something really cool. Well, it was rolling more when I let off the gas than it was when I gave it. When I gave it throttle, it actually slowed down and had the motor had it in control. Alright, there's the drag brake, kind of letting it roll. Now, I don't know if my trim is set dead on right now. See, there's holding again. That's drag brake, but if I go and then let off, then it keeps going. Again, I don't know if I'm set on 0 here. Let's find out. Now I'm in reverse creeping. Look at that. So yeah, I guess that is how its drag brake is. That's fine. I don't know how much juice is in this battery. It's just one I grabbed, and actually it was already in the truck, so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this motor in a few trucks now. I'm not gonna lie. Because if I go back to the regular tires, lower the suspension, it's going to be really good for the truck. Because it's doing just dandy. Look at that tire, boy. Suspension's just, you know, a little wonky because of how I have it positioned and lifted. Not a problem for this truck. Let's do one more thing. I want to do another run over this and then you can barely tell it's even moving. No, I can't make that turn, so. Here's what I really was wanting to do. Come up this big rock right here. This big little rock. I've been working on the course a little bit, so we'll have some stuff to show pretty soon. I've done this in the little Blazer yesterday, no problem. I guess the tires lined up in the right areas and things just worked. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Hook, 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 hook. Hook. Hook again. Come on. Okay, okay. Little tire rub again. Now, if I extended the links a little bit, because they do need it when you lift it. Obviously, the way the geometry works, or whatever it's called, when the tires are up here, when you lift them this way, it brings it back, you know. So if I extended the links just a little bit, front and rear, mainly just the front, the back we can live with. See, they didn't even rub right there. We'd be good. You know, when I built this, I never realized I could do that until yesterday. I never even tried to drive under it. Yesterday I was like, oh, cool. It worked. Alrighty. So, I like it, man. I like my lifted truck. Even though I probably won't keep it this way long because it does catch. And I don't have any links to extend it. I can extend the ends out just a little bit, front and back. Thread them out just a little bit. Maybe put a washer on there or something because they are metal. But I'll probably just do this for a little while, and if I like it that much, I'll cut these off. That's all they're hitting on. We'll just cut them at an angle. Probably our best option, ain't it? You know what? That's what we're going to do. So anyway, please like, subscribe, share, comment, click on the links in the description below. Get you some awesome FMS products. It helps the channel. And I think you'd be very happy with that brushless motor in any of these trucks. Again, where I was about to say was click on that link. Go check them out, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks again, everybody. Peace.